And are you refreshed?
Yes.
Good.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear her?
Good afternoon.
There you have it.
My question is about contrast and appreciating contrast. And I just want to tell a little short story to tell you what I'm looking for. Last year, in May, I had a car accident. A car ran a stop sign and hit my car. And the whole process of dealing with it was fine. My car was drivable. I got money for everything. The insurance company was great. It was a very easy process. They gave me a cash settlement that allowed me to then go in September to see my mother, where she made her transition, and allowed me to be with her throughout that process. So my question is contrast not just for shooting off rockets of desire, but is it sometimes part of what the manager needs to do to get you where you want to go?
Well, the manager gets you to where you want to go through the path of least resistance. And if you need your car to be crashed into in order to get the money to do something, in other words, sometimes that is the path of least resistance. And when you think about it, there are a lot of people who want more than they allow in a lot of different ways. And so it is accurate to say that the universe is aware of what you are wanting and is always lining things up. But you are the one who holds the keys to how easily you allow it or how much difficulty you expect in the process, you see.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Was
there more?
Well, after something like that happens, in other words, we think it is of a great advantage for you to acknowledge that good things always come. In other words, it is helpful to say, well, I wanted this, and look how this avenue opened. And it's even helpful to say, and if this avenue hadn't opened, then maybe I could not have achieved something that I wanted to achieve. But we're really not big proponents of going about things through paths of strong resistance, but we are great proponents of acknowledging that as good as you will allow it to come, it's always coming. So it's a fine line between someone saying, well, that it is all right for me that this thing that I do not want has happened, because look at the advantage of it that has come for me. In other words, it's a fine line. We don't want you to relax into the idea of having to pay any sort of price, like even the price of resistance, in order to allow things to come to you, because there is really no price to be paid. And so the more you acknowledge that I don't have to pay a price, then the more you acknowledge that the path of least resistance can really be a free-flowing, easy-feeling, good-feeling path. There are a lot of people that believe that they must pay a price, and so there is quite a struggle that they offer before they are willing to allow anything to come into their experience. And there are others who just feel blessed, who don't seem to want to pay or need to pay any sort of a price for anything, you see. Right. And then whole factions of your population argue with one another about the morality of living a good life without paying a price. And we say the closer you can get to understanding that there is no price to be paid, but there is vibrational alignment with well-being, and maybe you want to call that a price. Lining up with what feels good doesn't feel like much of a price to us. In other words, doing what feels best all the way along the way will always lead to things that you want. Always. Yes. Very good.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.